Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the Autistic Superblog's The Hot Take. This one is something that I do not take lightly, and this hot take is something that I feel, in light of recent events, I feel like I need to say as an autistic individual. By now, you all have heard about RFK's words about fellow Spectrumites like myself, and what he was saying is that he wanted to get to the bottom of the autism epidemic, as he called it. With all due respect to him, to RFK, I wouldn't exactly say he's stupid or just, uh, just. I wouldn't just say mean words. What I would say, with all due respect, I would call RFK's words and thoughts about the autism community as grossly misinformed. I feel like as a fellow Spectrumite, I feel like I have the right. I should speak out about this and kind of say that but I'm also aware that this is also politics. So I don't. This is not about politics for me. I wanted to say it may sound like a political thing, but it's not to me. And these views are all my own. I just want to say from my personal experience that autism is a challenge. I mean, there is some gifts that we have with our autism, but there are also some challenges too. I mean, one of the biggest ones for me is like social challenges, like having to read the room when I'm trying to do something supportive, but it's not seeing the same light. I may get a little bit overbearing um, at times. But I also feel like in saying that, I also feel like I've also felt like I consider myself as being someone who's friendly, someone who's loyal, someone who's creative, someone who's observant, and and that's something that RFK's words really got to me about because I'll just quote the NPR article that I'll share down in the links below. He said, of speaking of kids with autism, he said that these are kids who will never pay taxes, they'll never hold a job, they'll never play baseball, they'll never write a poem, which is considerably rich from an autistic poet over here. They'll never go on a date. Many of them will never use a toilet unassisted. That to me was the key word for me. Were the key words for me. I mean, I could say this just for myself. Um, I'm very lucky to have the job that I've had for, at the time of this recording, 22 years as of tomorrow, and I've actually made a blog post about it too. And I would say that I pay taxes every year, and I've held a job. Um, and as far as writing poems are concerned, I've actually written several. I've actually written several when it comes to my poetic career. It was something that I'm very, very proud about, and something that, as an autistic individual, I feel like is very important to me. Um, I just I just felt dehumanized, and I think that's the best word I could say when it comes to remarks like that. I feel like, with all due respect, I feel like RFK's words are grossly misinformed. But I wanted to say, speaking again as a volunteer, and also speaking as a volunteer and someone who's seen the autism community firsthand, I can tell you that some of the best people that I know are fellow Spectrumites. Like I have one friend who knits and is a wonderful singer. I mean, she does a great job at her she does a great job at her work. She does a great job in everything she does. Every aspect of her career that she does it amazingly. I have another friend Jesse Saperstein who's written two books. about autism and tries to make his impact on the community as well. I have another friend who is an amazing singer. Like, she's someone that is creative and very talented in that regard. And then I have another friend who has an amazing memory. I mean, I have two Spectrumite friends who have amazing memories. Let's just say I would not be in a concentration game between either one of those two because I know that I would probably get trounced either way. But I also know that I have gifts that they don't have, and vice versa. And I've spoken at great length about my feelings of autistic burnout, and that kind of gets to another point I want to just mention when it comes to on this subject. I've mentioned autistic burnout before, and we may have challenges, but the one thing that people will never be able to take away from us is that we're very hard workers. Like, we are attention oriented. We are we are attention orientated. Um, um, we're we're very friendly. We're very communicative. We're very loyal, and we're very outgoing. But also realize that those gifts can also have challenges too. And there's a community saying in the autism community that if you know one person on the spectrum, you know one person on the spectrum. And it really made me very proud when I saw individual organizations like the Autism Society of America, the ARC, the ARC, the US ARC, and other situations too that are really like banding together and saying that we we're not happy with what's being said, and I want to join my feelings with that too. And I have another friend. Her name is Kate Palmer. I've mentioned her before as the president and CEO of Grasp. She's also a fellow Spectrumite too, and I've got to say is an amazing individual and someone that I'm very happy to know as a friend. And she's definitely someone that helps others in a role at Grasp, and someone who will tell you the truth when someone that will tell you the truth on certain things. Um, and all I can say is that she's amazing. And the one thing I could say about this, about RFK's gross misstatements, are to do your research. And I just wanted to say, just on the record, for me, um, at my job, I know what it's like to have people stare at you and people like look at you funny, like. But I've also been the but I've also been the I've also felt the cold stares of like social interactions and all that stuff. Like, I've felt like I felt really uncomfortable at times. I felt really down on myself at times. And one of the things I've noticed about myself is that I need to give myself some grace. It's one of the major reasons I want to talk. I want to talk about this in the aftermath of Lent. Um, it's one of the reasons why I'm so happy not only to be someone that has a job, someone who can write poetry, as I'll note, but also someone that's very happy with the artists in the community that I live in. I mean, there's some of the most amazing people that I know, and I just want to say thank you, not only to my friends, not only my family and friends that are my family, but also the artists too that have really like taken someone like myself, an autistic individual, and really made them feel welcome in their community, and it means a lot. And when it comes to autism, it's not about misinformation. For me, it's all about acceptance. And when it comes to autism, if I had to say in this, autism is limitless. Simply put, full stop. Because give us a chance to shine. and maybe we'll shine better than you can ever think we could. We might be able to outshine you in a way that you might not see coming. I mean, like I have a cousin who's on the spectrum who's an amazing speaker in her own right, and I just want to say to this cousin, you're amazing. I just want you to know that. So that's gonna be my little spiel on the controversy that's going on with RFK and all that stuff. But I wanted to get that out there for myself, if for no other reason, but to also empower other people to do their research, and please support the organizations that actually help us and support us in our lives. I'll show a link to that in the descriptions below, but for right now, I'll just leave it at that. Again, if you like these videos to readers, viewers, and listeners, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for letting me blab on like this. I know it's not my usual thing, but that's how it is. Until next time, dear readers, viewers, and listeners, stay safe, stay strong. Know that you are wanted and supported, and as always, shine on.